Welcome to this video. My name is Eva, and in this video I'm going to talk about a topic that is very important to me, and I think it's very valuable for a lot of people. And this topic is how to be vegan, fruitarian, raw vegan, vegetarian in social situations. So basically how to eat different, eat healthy when other people don't eat the same way that you do. And this topic is really important for me because when I was 12 years old I turned vegetarian, and in a very conservative small village. So back then I was already like the odd one out because let's face it, like a lot of people didn't really know what is vegetarian. It was not very common. So I, from a very young age, I kind of had to learn how to behave when being treated differently, or what to say, what to do, etc. So I have quite some experience, and I really think that my advice can help people who really want to eat different and feel more comfortable. So the first thing that I want to say that is really, really important is your mindset. So for me, what really helped me was to not make it a big deal, because in the end what you do, you're just not eating the same food. I mean, they eat, for example, meat and you eat the salad, or you eat potatoes. Like it's not the end of the world. Don't make it a big deal, because what I did in the beginning, I kind of was so afraid and put so much emphasize on it, and I was like, oh, what will people think, what will people say about me, this is such a big deal. But in the end it was not a big deal. And I really think that people are a little bit like dogs. I mean, we are animals, so we have some of those instincts. So for example, when you are super afraid, a dog kind of becomes aggressive and is going to attack you. So, but when you feel comfortable, when you are like, this is me, this is what I want to do, this is who I am, no explanation needed, then the dog is like, okay, vale, that's nice, that's good, okay, well. And this is the same with people. So for example, with me, when I was super insecure about this diet or about this vegan lifestyle, etc., people were like, oh well, she's insecure, so I'm gonna put these, press these buttons, push the buttons, I don't know how to say, and really attack. But when I was like, yeah, this is me, I'm just gonna eat different, no explanation needed, and people were like, oh well, okay. So my biggest advice is just chill, just don't make it a big deal, just do it different, that's it. And it's not a big deal. Don't make it a big deal when it's not a big deal. And the second one is really, really important, and it's practice. Because for me, I was at home I was quite confident with eating raw vegan, because I already ate raw vegan or high raw vegan fruit paste for 3 years at home, and my family knew, my close friends knew that I was eating different, so I already felt comfortable. But then when I came to the Canary Islands to do this study abroad, I started to live with different people in shared apartment, and it was this whole situation again where you have to explain to people why you eat different, or you just, it's new people. And for me, it really, really helped me to understand that I can do everything even though I eat different. I don't have to limit myself. I can still go to restaurants, I can still go to events and eat different. And that's really, really, really helpful, because I think the more you do something, the better you get. For example, when you take the example of surfing, I just started to surf and I'm really, really bad at it, but I know the more I practice it, the better I will get. And it's the same with everything, and it's also the same with eating different when you are in social situations. The more often you do, the more often you force yourself to be uncomfortable, the better you will get in the end, and the less you will care and the more confident you will get. And really, this comfortable feeling is where we grow. So for example, sometimes when I'm invited to a social event, I sometimes feel a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit fear, and I'm just like, oh, should I go? But actually, when I go, it's gonna be most of the time really amazing, and that's how we grow, to feel comfortable, uncomfortable, and still do it. Because when we feel uncomfortable, it just means that we get out of our comfort zone, and that's when we learn. So really, really, really important. And also, one advice that I got from Chris Candle, and a long-term raw vegan, and it really helped me, was the following quote: I much rather say yes to myself and seem to be rude than say yes to another person and be rude to myself. Because I always struggled with this, because in some cultures it's really, really kind of like high value that when someone proposes some food to you, that you try it, and when you don't try it, it seems a little bit like rude. And so I was always like, oh, I don't want to be rude. But in the end, now my mindset has changed, because I think I don't want to be rude to myself. Like, if I want to stay raw vegan and this is authentic to me, then I want to also do it, and I don't want to just say yes to other people and say no to myself. This is not authentic to me, because it creates resentment within myself, and I don't feel comfortable doing it. And I think this is also an important thing in life, that sometimes you have to say no to other people to say yes to yourself. And I share love in different ways. I give love in different ways, like spending time with loved ones, etc. So me saying no to, I don't know, when someone gives me bread, like it's not really the end of the world. And even though when you once explain that you eat, for example, fruit-based, then when the other person realizes it and is open to share with you some fruit, or is open to share with you some vegan food, then you can accept it, and then it's kind of like you just take the love. So say yes to yourself, and sometimes you have to say no to others, but that is okay. And even the thing about self-love, and this is about really truly loving yourself, is to say, I am worthy of eating healthy, I am worthy of eating different. And I think that is so important, to say yes to yourself, to say that you matter, that you are worthy of eating healthy, and it matters what you eat. And also about social situations, what I think is really important to understand is, I don't think eating, for example, cooked food is the end of the world. Like, if you eat one day bread, you're not gonna die. But what is important to me is that when I have something that I want to do, for example, I want to be fruit-based, I want to be raw vegan, want to be vegan, I want to do it, and I want to do it for myself, and I don't want to not do it just because I'm afraid what people think. I want to do what I want. I don't want to care what other people think. I'm not living my life for other people. I'm living my life for myself. I want to be healthy. I'm gonna be healthy no matter what people say. And this is the mindset that I want, that I want to create for myself. So really, really important. And the next thing is, I'm so sorry for the background noise. I hope it's not terrible, because I moved in this apartment, and it's right next to the road, so it's quite loud. So I'm really sorry. However, the next point that is really, really important is to never take things personally. Because for me, for example, there was this event where some friends of mine, they went to this dinner, and before the dinner they went to this paintball game, and I was not invited. And then I just randomly asked a friend, oh, what are you going to do this weekend? And she was like, oh, I go with these friends to this paintball events and then to the dinner. And I was like, oh, I'm not invited, okay. And first I was like, oh, it's gonna hurt. But then I was just talking with a friend, and he was like, yeah, I didn't invite you because I thought you would not be interested. And first I kind of took it a little bit personal, because I was hurt that I was not invited. But then I kind of started to think with logic, and I was like, actually this person is true. I never go to paintball events because it's not my thing. And also I don't like to go to dinners that much. Like it's not my favorite thing to do. I much rather do like sport activities. And so I was like, okay, well, he's right. And so I didn't take it personally. And it's really important also when you get, for example, comments about about the food you eat. Don't take it personal. It's just everybody is on his journey. Maybe some people are not as conscious about raw food, about vegan food, so they're gonna have questions, or they're gonna have doubts, whatever. So just don't take it personally. Never take it personally. It's about what you eat, and it's not about you as a person. Really, really important. And the next thing that really, really helped me was how to react. Like, no matter how you react, it's okay. Because I had this feeling that I'm not, like, because I eat different, and because from a very young age eating, for example, vegetarian was not accepted in my society, that something was wrong with me. And I really had to work on myself to realize eating different, for example, eating fruit-based or eating vegan, is not something bad. It's actually something incredible, amazing. It's probably for me one of the most amazing things, because you have this diet that will heal yourself, that will help you become more vibrant, more energetic, give you amazing skin. So for me, it's definitely one of the most amazing things in this whole world. And you eating fruit-based, raw vegan is literally just an incredible, amazing thing. So be proud of yourself for eating different, for standing up for your morals, for believing in yourself, for having this self-worth, and for just doing what feels good for you, for being authentic to yourself. This is amazing. So definitely, you don't have to explain yourself. So for example, I was like, oh, when I eat different, I have to explain myself. You don't have to. Like, you eat different, it's your decision. You don't have to say, oh, I eat this way because, no, like, you eat different, that's it. When someone asks you why you eat this way, you can just say, oh, today I just want to eat fruit. Or you say, oh yes, I'm on this special diet. But if you do not want to talk about it, you don't have to talk about it. Everyone has his or her reasons for doing something. And sometimes I'm in the mood for explaining, and sometimes I'm not. And the other person has to accept it. The other person has to be an adult, has to be mature enough to say, okay, she has her reasons, I'm gonna accept it. And if the other person does not accept it, it just means that the other person is not mature enough to accept that how other people live their life is okay. And for me, that's really, really annoying actually now, when a person does not accept my lifestyle, because it just means that they cannot really let other people live their life. So really important, understand that if you want to explain yourself, you can explain yourself, but you do not have to. And however you react is good. Just don't be aggressive, but obviously you're not gonna be aggressive. Just live your life the way you want to, no explanation needed. Really, really important. And also, I really think about this lifestyle that it is a priority. Like, for example, when I go on a trip with friends, to go on a day trip, for example, it is not like eating fruit-based is definitely possible. Like, if you prepare well enough, then you can make it happen. It is always, in my opinion, about priorities. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. It's just my best advice on how to become more confident. And please keep in mind that it takes some time. It definitely took me some time to become more confident. I'm still not 100% there. Sometimes I still feel uncomfortable in social situations, especially when I meet a lot of different people who don't know about veganism or fruit-based lifestyle. I still feel uncomfortable, but that's okay, because that's how you grow. And I really believe that it gets easier with time. For example, I can remember when I first was eating fruit in an airplane, when I was flying to a different country, and I felt so weird and so uncomfortable eating fruit, and I was like, everyone is looking at me and judging me what I eat, and I felt super uncomfortable, but I stick with it, and I was eating just my fruit fine. And now I'm just in the airplane. When I'm in the airplane, for example, I just eat my fruit and I don't care what other people think. Some people, they look at me and they think, oh, it's weird, but in the end they forget. Like, people, they look at you, maybe they think a little bit about you, but then they forget also about you. Not everyone. So it's really like, you do it more often, you become more confident. It's with everything. So if you feel not good, or if you feel super uncomfortable, just know that it becomes better with time. And something really important also is that when you, like, I really think it's important to be different, actually, because our society is not working. I mean, when we look at climate change, when we look at the things we do to nature, it's just insane, actually, how we destroy our own planet. So the normal is not working in a lot of areas. So I really think that being different, eating different, is very important. I mean, the standard American diet is responsible for so much pain, suffering, needless pain, suffering. So eating healthy, showing people that it's okay to eat a lot more fruit, that it's okay to not eat meat, that it's possible to not eat animal products and still thrive, is definitely very, very, very valuable. And even though you don't explain yourself and you're just living your best life, you're just eating your fruit, you're still gonna inspire people, because people look at you and they have it, like, you plant a seed in people, and this is really, really important. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, then please give it a like and press the subscribe button. And also, if you have similar experiences on this topic, then please write them down in the comment section. And if you want to learn more about a fruit-based diet, about a raw vegan diet, or a vegan lifestyle, then please check out the link in the description box or in the comment section, and you will receive a lot of free recipes and free information and inspiration. So I really hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Much love, and see you soon.